3, 2, 1. People of the world, we are back. Welcome to What's Funcast, episode 127, recorded and released today, October the 12th, 2021. I'm one of your hosts, Paul, and joining me is Mr. Catnap himself, Ahmed.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
How was your nap?
It was delicious. When I tell you I woke up and I was like, what year is it? Like, I was knocked the hell out. So
you really were. I called you 6 times, and you said, don't be beep, I'm asleep.
Usually, like, the phone vibration, because it's on my nightstand, that will wake me up. Because it kind of vibrates the whole nightstand. That's all I need to wake me up. Nothing.
No.
Nada.
I can attest, can confirm, nothing happened.
Dead to the world. I'm still, like, recovering from whatever plague illness that is not COVID. I got tested. Plague illness that I have, so my body's just a little bit like, yo, let's rest. I'm like, okay, that sounds good. So that's where I'm at.
I mean, you seem to be getting good amounts of rest, so that's good.
Yes, no, I'm definitely resting up because we had a pretty exciting weekend, and just to clear the air, the illness that I have is not from this event that we attended. I got tested beforehand, everything's fine, I was masked the whole time, we're all safe. But this past weekend marked our incredible return, along with our friends in the chat here, Justin and Rita both, to New York Comic Con, which was amazingly exciting. It was super. I mean, it was like Diet Comic Con or Comic Con Light, as I've been calling it, just because a lot of the key exhibitors aren't there, like Marvel, DC, Funko, Dark Horse Comics. None of them were there, and they're kind of like usually big hitters in terms of booths. And I don't know, it felt kind of like just a little empty. It was also the quietest Comic Con we've ever seen. Like, Friday didn't even sell out, so we had like all the space to like breathe, and I don't know, it just felt kind of weirdly empty, but it was still nice to be in the building. And Saturday was a lot more fun. There was a lot of good cosplayers that we were able to sit and watch, and we were able to see the entire show floor, every single exhibitor and every single artist in the artist alley. But it was a ton of fun. It was good.
It was a lot of fun, and I know I agree 100% with you where, like, you know, there was a lot of stuff that was not there because of everything. And as much as I agree with you, and I'm like, oh, it kind of stunk, like, it was nice being able to see the entirety of the show floor, the entirety of Artist Alley, without, like, getting elbowed in the face too many times by people, like, flying by.
Yep.
But, yeah, it was really nice. So, nice to be back. Definitely a different vibe this year. Hopefully next year we're in a better spot where we can, you know, go through and actually have, like, a proper Comic-Con, and everybody can be back and, I don't know, not in person because everybody was in person, but back into the regular tune of what we normally expect from a Comic-Con.
Yes. Yep. Fingers crossed that all's well for next year, because this was kind of like a tease, like a preview. But it was still a good time.
It was nice for what it was. It was nice.
Yes. No, it was definitely the most relaxed Comic-Con, which was nice. I feel like usually we're always like super stressed out by the end. Like this time we were just more exhausted by the end because we're old, but not as annoyed.
Can confirm, I'm old.
Yes, I remember like at the end of some of the days in the past, like we'd just be so stressed out from constantly bumping into people that, like, I don't know, like by the end of the day you're like, everything sucks.
Yeah.
So no, this was a good way.
Yeah, no, definitely. And that's the one thing. Like, I remember last time we went, 2019, on Saturday, I actually like sat out most of the day because the crowds were so ridiculous. I was like, I literally cannot take it. Like, there's just too many people. You're getting bumped. It's like people are like sweating and they're bumping into you, and I'm like, this is too much.
Yeah, no, I remember in past years it was actually really obnoxious doing a set. I'd be like, I would power through because I'm like, whatever. But yeah, the tension was thicker.
Ew, the tension was thicker.
It was
nasty.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's good stuff. So, it's been almost 4 weeks. This would have been the 4th week. Yes, Rita, mine also said that. All of my feet, ankles, everything that is holding my body up said, please, sit your ass down immediately.
Oh my God, Sunday, the way I just laid on my couch all day. What a dream. What a dream. God.
It's, yes, it is a dream. But, yeah, I did the same as well. Like, waking up and not having to do anything, I was like, oh, yes, I love this. But, yeah, so it's been almost 4 weeks. What have you done? You have a whole bunch of shit here, so walk us through it.
So much. Okay, so regrettably, I did not beat my Roller Coaster Tycoon challenge that I set up for myself mainly because I set up the challenge in the summer, and then I proceeded to not play the game at all until like the week before my birthday in September. I didn't calculate how many hours it would take me to beat. Every in-game year is a real life hour, and every single like I think I have like 10 levels to go, and every level is like by the end of year 3, by the end of year 2, by the end of year 3. So each level is like 2 to 3 hours, and I was like, all right, there's no way I'm going to be able to beat this. So I'll beat it before the end of the year, maybe. I won't like set up a legitimate official challenge, but we'll see. So I didn't beat Roller Coaster Tycoon regrettably, but I haven't actually played that in a while. I played that like right before my birthday, and I just kind of gave up. But I did 100% Ratchet and Clank. This I mainly did while I was dog sitting the lovely Cooper, guest star of the show. So I wasn't able to stream it, but it was a good time, a lot of fun. I love that game. I finished the WarioWare story. I'm really disappointed in that game, to be totally frank. Coming from the previous WarioWare games I was a huge fan of, I really just don't like the mechanic of having each individual character that does new things, because like I have now 5 seconds to figure out how I'm going to move this specific character with this ability to do whatever prompt it's telling me, and like figure out what the whole mechanic of the actual mini game that has 5 seconds to go is. It's just I didn't like it. I much prefer the mini games that just every mini game has the same controls, like either move a control stick or hit A or do something, and it's much easier to digest. But I don't know, I guess I had to make this unique in some way, so I see why it was done like that, but I just personally am not a fan.
I would agree with you on that, because so Justin and I were playing it like on the table at Comic-Con. Like we sat down for a few minutes and we were playing it while you guys were doing something else, and it was very chaotic to the point that it's like, okay, like we couldn't figure out what the game wanted us to do. It was like, well, what does it want us to do? Like, does it want us to, like, does it want us to go and, you know, I don't know. It just got very confusing very quickly, and it's well, I shouldn't say it got very confusing very quickly. It can get very confusing very quickly because you're picking your characters, and I found myself like picking like the first 3 characters over and over again because I had the easiest mechanics. And we kept doing that, and then the games, it's so quick, especially when it speeds up. The fun in doing that is because it's like, you know, with the Wii remote, right? It's like draw or whatever, and then you like fling it or whatever that motion might be. Like, I think that WarioWare Smooth Moves, which is the Wii iteration, was one of the best because it was just these natural movements where it was like, do this or like shake the Wii remote or whatever. And it was just very quick, like just little moves. And instead, it's like, holy shit, there's 2 of us. We need to spin this dial, which sounds easy.
Oh yeah, the one with like the windmill, like all you have to do is spin the windmill around. But like with some characters, it's super easy because they can fly. With other characters, you have to like, it's impossible. Like it makes I don't know. Like so, there's variation, I guess. Like because each mini game is entirely different depending on which character you're doing it with, and there's like 15 characters. But it just, I don't know.
And Justin's completely right. So then there's, on top of it all, there is there's the aspect of like you get to the boss fight, and usually the boss fight's like, from what I remember at least, maybe I'm totally wrong, but from what I remember, it used to be like quick iterations of like, you know, quickly do this in quick succession or whatever, right? And in this case, it's like,
I think
hey, beat this level of Super Mario World, and it's like, you know, go at your own damn pace, and you know.
I think that's normally how it is for the boss fights in past games, from what I'm remembering. Like, so they usually, like, slow down, and then it's, like, some big, drawn-out sequence.
But maybe we're wrong then. I couldn't remember, and I just didn't remember being like that. So it was surely something.
Yeah, because, like, it speeds up, and then you go to the boss stage, and you're like, oh, okay, things slow down, whatever, and then it's, like, a little bit longer, and then the speed resets, but the difficulty of each minigame levels up. So, like, now you have to spin the wheel more times, or whatever, like, the windmill more times, or you have to find 2 masks instead of 1 or something. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, that's a mainstay of the series, Justin. It's more so, like, it's like to break up the chaos, so you're not like just constantly sweating and freaking out.
Then I guess I'm okay with it. I guess I forgot what that was like. So
yeah. But anyways, yeah, finish that story. I don't know if I'll pick that up again in the near future, which is unfortunate, but we'll see.
You're all like, get it digitally so that I can play it all the time, and
meanwhile, me, a clown.
I'm listening.
It's fine. I am finally getting deeper into Returnal. So on Thursday, I had already beaten the first 2 area bosses, and I was still like, hadn't even reached the 3rd yet. Thursday night, Rita was over, and Justin and Paul were on their way for Comic-Con, and so I was playing that while we were waiting for them, and I got to the third boss, and I beat it somehow on the first try. Well, technically it was the second try, but like I had an extra life in that same run, so I didn't have to restart all the way from the beginning. So within the first run that I encountered the third boss, I beat it. It was ridiculously difficult. I was sweating, but now I've like really advanced the story, like to a complete. Like now, the cycle is basically different. I'm not starting in the same area that I used to start at, and I start at like a higher level, and I get access to like higher level weapons now. So, I'm like finally advancing. So I'm happy. I'm happy about that because I was honestly about to give up on that game. So that's good.
I'm so glad I didn't buy that game because I would not have played it.
Like after I beat it, I'm just like, anytime I read a review or the game's like where someone says the game's hard, I'm like, great, not for me, cool. Like especially if it doesn't have a difficulty setting, please. Like if I could turn that game to easy.
This doesn't have a difficulty setting?
Nope, it's like one of those like Dark Souls or Sekiro or whatever, where there's no difficulty setting. It's just that's how it is, and you better get good. So
okay. No thanks.
That's enough for me. I'm not good at video games. It's fine.
Yeah,
I've accepted it. But outside of video games, I've watched a ton of things. Netflix's Midnight Mass series is excellent. Highly recommended if you are into the season, Halloween, whatever. I wouldn't necessarily call it horror. I mean, it is horror, but it's not scary. But it's good. It's really well done. It's very, very well written. I liked it a lot. I also just finished today, actually, during my lunch break, I watched the last episode, What If, the Marvel series, or Marvel animated series on Disney Plus, and I really liked it. It's not. I'm not sure if like the things in the last episode have any implications on the overall multiverse, but I enjoyed it. It's a fun little show if you don't think too hard about it, because there's a lot of like weird little plot holes. But I think it's just because each episode's only 30 minutes, so there's not things that you can really dive into. But it's good.
Interesting. We've only watched the first episode of that, and it's like one of those things where we know going in, like you have to put in some brain power to it, and like really focus on. Well, at least that's how I feel.
Don't think too much about it, because it's like it's just that little pocket universe, and then you move on to another universe in the next episode.
True.
Yes, no, it's all good. And then Brooklyn Nine-Nine finished, which I didn't realize like until I was halfway through watching the finale episode. I was like, oh, this is the last episode, huh? So that was good. I really, really loved this last season. I thought they did it very well. Sent off the show with a bang. I really enjoyed it. It was good. And then Star Wars Visions, I kind of gave up on. I watched the first like 5 episodes of it, and like the first one was really good, and then the next 4, I'm like, okay, these was just like weird anime alternate universes of Star Wars, and I don't know, it's just none of the subsequent episodes have been my cup of tea. So I kind of have that on the back burner, and I know that like maybe the next episode will be a bit better because it's completely different, whatever. But I don't know, I'm not too eager to jump into it. But Bob's Burgers is back. I'm watching a lot of that. And then in terms of movies, I've seen quite a few. Starting off with Venom: Let There Be Carnage, which was really good. I highly enjoyed it. It's super fun. And then I watched a few movies on streaming, including The Guilty, which is the Jake Gyllenhaal movie on Netflix, which is actually apparently a remake of a Danish movie. I didn't realize that until after I finished it and was looking up things about it. I didn't like it. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't waste your time.
What movie was that, Ahmed? You broke up on my side.
The Guilty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was fine. I don't know. It was okay. And then The Vigil, which is, I believe it's on Hulu. It's a horror movie on Hulu, and it's about like a guy like in Orthodox Jewish religion, like when someone dies, someone called a shomer has to go and watch over their body overnight and like say prayers until they can go to the funeral next morning. So it like follows this dude that does that. It was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was a little scary. And then I watched this other movie on Shudder called Candisha, which is like a French horror movie. It was pretty good. I enjoyed that as well. And then last night, me and Rita, we were supposed to go see Lamb, the new A24 horror movie. But 2 of our friends backed out because they weren't feeling well. So we're like, all right, let's go watch this other movie called Titane. Or, sorry, it's French for titanium, so it's like Titan, whatever. I say it as Titane because that's how it's spelled. And when I say it was... the most psychotic film I've ever watched in my entire life. At no point did I have any idea what was going to happen or what was going on. Literally, when the credits rolled, me and Rita just both looked at each other like, what the fuck just happened? Like, it was chaotic. Doesn't even begin to explain. I have no idea how to explain this movie. I don't know. It was... If you want to see the most insane shit you've ever seen in your entire life, go watch that movie.
I don't understand, though. Like, if I looked up the synopsis of this movie, what would it say?
It would say that titanium is the strongest metal or something like that, and that's pretty much it. Like, there is no synopsis because I don't even know...
If they know?
I don't even know if I've watched the full movie and I don't know what the movie's about. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, there are so many...
God.
And the reviews acknowledge this, but the reviews are so pretentious. They're like, it really takes the art of cinema to the next level, and you never know what to expect, and that's on purpose. And it's like, what do you mean? Like, this is insane.
Oh my God.
Nothing can prepare you for any of the events that take place in that film. Not a single one. Like, within the first 15 minutes, I felt bad because, like, the people that were in this theater were obviously... I feel like anyone that's going to watch the movie in theaters, like, maybe me and Rita were the only fools. Literally, Rita's correct. The one Letterboxd review was literally like, bitch, what the fuck, 5 stars. It's like, what does this mean? I feel like anyone that's watching in theater that was like a cinephile or something, like, really into film, and me and Rita were just, like, cackling because we're like, what is happening? It was truly the most insane
y'all
experience.
laughed through the whole movie?
Well, like, I was honestly just in shock the whole movie. Like, I just kept looking at the screen, like, my jaw dropped. Like, what is going on? Because, like,
my God.
Every time you think it's going to go one direction, it just doesn't. And, like, it tacks on another insane side story. And you're like, what is happening? I don't know. It was truly a film. It was moving pictures in sequence. Anyways, Venom 2 was great. Go watch Venom 2 and go watch Shang-Chi. Why'd you go see... You saw 007 before you saw Shang-Chi?
This weekend we're going to go see both, is the plan.
Perfect.
So, we're going to go see Venom and Shang-Chi.
Good.
I just watched Venom 1 recently. Leave me alone.
Yes, talk about it. Tell us. How'd you think? What'd you think?
We really enjoyed it, surprisingly. Like, not that I thought we wouldn't enjoy it.
Told you it was good.
No, and I trusted you sometimes, but it's just one of those things where, I don't know, it wasn't like highest on the list of things to watch or whatever, and then we watched it, and it was like, because Lauren was like, we're sitting there, and Lauren's like, oh, do you want to try watching Venom or whatever? And I was like, sure, and then we did, and then it turned out to be pretty good.
I'm proud of you.
This is the story. But yeah, so no, it was good, and we Lauren was like, we got to go see Venom 2 because it was funny, it was good.
Yes.
I don't know, we got a kick out of it. And it's a rare thing that we watch, superhero movies outside of Marvel movies. So
yeah, Venom 2 was very fun because it, like, jumps right into it. Like, there's no longer the introduction period or whatever of, like, the symbiote latching on and seeing whether it's a good host. Like, it just starts out chaos and just the whole
spoilers, bro.
The whole hour and a half. What's the spoiler?
The symbiote.
That's in the name of the movie. What do you think Venom is? I could
Venom,
be like,
let there be carnage. I hear nothing about the symbiote.
I could be like, Paul, Mario has a red hat. Paul will be like, spoilers.
You get so mad. It's so funny.
Because you're ridiculous.
No, I'm kidding. No, it's not spoilers. I know. Relax. Don't cry. Cry yourself to sleep again.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I will. Good night.
Maybe I will. I'll call you 6 times again. You'll be like, I can't hear you. Yeah, no, Venom was good.
Yes.
Venom was good. Is that it? You done?
I'm done, yeah. I thought you were going to move into your things, yeah.
Sorry, I'm sitting here sleeving up cards and putting them in the container or in the binder and listening to you, which actually helps me focus, which is good. So we went to Comic-Con, like we said, and that was fun. What did we do? No, we didn't do anything at Comic-Con. We didn't play any games, which kind of stunk. But I was looking back at my old pictures when I tried Iron Man VR and I got super sick. Never forget that. I did beat Ratchet and Clank at your house, so yes. that was good, and finally beat that game. But didn't 100% it because I'm not a psycho crazy man like you. But I did beat it, so that was good. I also finished WarioWare Story. We talked about that already. I didn't watch Titan, but I did watch Titanic. And Lauren randomly put on Titanic last night, right after I got back from No Time to Die, and we got hooked in, and we were cleaning up around the house and stuff. But then Like we sat down, like as the ship was going down. Spoilers: the ship goes down. Um, and yeah, I don't know. That movie was really good for a movie that came out in like '97 or whatever. That was a very well done movie.
It is.
But yeah. Like you said, I saw No Time to Die yesterday, and I forgot how much I liked the James Bond movies. It was very entertaining, and it was just very long. By the time I got, I was like, "Wow, I haven't watched a 3-hour movie in a very long time."
It's 3 hours.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, very freaking close to 3 hours. Like it's either 2 hours and 50 minutes or like 3 hours.
Why? What the hell?
Because it's Daniel Craig's last James Bond movie. So
what is it? James Bond Endgame? There's no reason for that to be that long.
Let me tell you, there was no snapping, there was no Thanos, but
2 hours and 43 minutes. Oof.
Yeah, it was good, but I was like, by the time we were done, I was like, okay, I'm ready to go home. Like we got here at 6:00, and it is now 9:05 or 9:15. Like I'm ready to go home. And there's so many previews. Oh my god! And they weren't even like all good previews. What else did I play? I played Far Cry 6. I got that, and that's it's good fun. I mean, I like it. It feels more like what I want from Far Cry and less like Far Cry 5, which is good. Like Far Cry 5, you're like walking on the sidewalk, and people are like, "Yo!" and then start shooting at you, and I'm like, okay, like if I could walk for 1 second, that would be great. But yeah, this Far Cry, it is not that, thankfully. So, which has been good. So, I've been playing that here and there, so that's been good. I did not play Metroid Dread yet. I did get a Switch OLED though, and I've been in the process of like transferring it all over. And it's very nice. It's
Ooh,
yeah, I don't know. Not that you can see the screen, but the screen is in fact bigger. You can see that I literally started Metroid Dread.
The way it blurs out the entire Switch.
Oh no! Hold on.
Because it's looking for a human face. I think that's how the algorithm works.
Yeah. So
anyway, it's bright.
The kickstand is really nice. It like
Ooh. That'll definitely come in handy on a plane.
Yeah, I know. On a train, on a plane, on a boat, on a car.
And
but anyway, yeah.
Is it adjustable to like specific things? Yeah. Or is it just one
like
angle?
It literally can go. I'm pushing it. I can stop at any point.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I can stop it here. I can have it laying all the way down like this.
Yeah.
So it's fancy. So and it feels nicer. It feels like a heavier metal. But anyway, yeah. So I'm in the process of clearing out my my other Switch and moving all the stuff over, and it's just a huge pain in the ass. So not really a huge pain in the ass, but I got my Animal Crossing island over, and that's really all that matters. So
yeah, that's definitely the biggest thing.
Oh, I was so nervous today. I was like, please don't like corrupt yourself or anything.
Because didn't you already move it once?
Yes, I moved it.
Aren't they like
I moved it from a Switch Lite to the regular Switch.
Yeah, I feel like they said something like you can only move things one time or some like bullshit. So
I don't know. Thankfully, it moved, and like I turned on Animal Crossing, and Isabel had so much shit to say about pumpkins, and also I'm like, please shut up.
Oh, there's a Halloween event happening. Is there? Oh, great.
Yeah, there is. So Merry Christmas.
Yeah, regrettably, I'm gonna have to boot up Overwatch to play the Halloween event.
I was like, wait, we're not talking about Overwatch.
The Halloween event.
Yes,
but yes.
Yeah, I forgot about the Halloween event on Overwatch, if we're being honest. But yeah, so it's yeah, I mean it's really nice so far. I really haven't even had time with it. Hopefully, I have some time this weekend to play it and stuff and see. But I've read so much positive stuff about Metroid Dread. I'm really excited to try it and see. So I know Justin's put some playtime into it. He and I were texting yesterday about it, and he's really enjoying it. So I hope it is as hyped up as everyone is making it out to be.
Nice. So. Yeah. I will probably pick it up eventually. Just not now. I don't know. I'll wait.
Not now, because I have to play Roller Coaster Tycoon. Yes.
No, I have all my horror games that I need to play now. It's horror time.
The coolest games? Wow.
I'll tell you. Well, Back 4 Blood I've already played in the past, so that's whatever, and that's on Game Pass, so there's no huge thing for that. But Resident Evil 3 remake, I think enough time has passed since I beat Resident Evil 2 remake that I can jump back in for Resident Evil 3.
You forgot what happened in Resident Evil 2? Yes, I agree 100%.
When I forgot? What do you mean?
Enough time has passed that you've now forgotten what's happened in Resident Evil 2, yes.
It doesn't matter. I'm just like, it was a stressful game to play. I'm not a fan of those games because Well, I wasn't a fan of Resident Evil 2 specifically because, first of all, how are you going to tell me that a zombie's going to need 7 bullets to the head to die? And then get down, and then get it back up again, and require 3 more bullets to, like, die. And it's like, really? This is... And then I only have, like, 12 bullets to begin with. And then there's, like, someone chasing you throughout the entire game that, like, you cannot kill or avoid. You literally just have to run. And I'm like, this is so stressful for no reason. Like, please, go to sleep.
Okay, so hold on. Justin makes a good point. Metroid Dread is a horror game, hence the subtitle.
You know, you say that, and I actually did put Metroid Dread towards the top. I don't know. I don't know why I'm holding out on it. But, I know it's not going to get any cheaper anytime soon at all, ever. So, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll pick it up before the end of the month.
That's a lie.
But something I picked up last year on Steam, Pumpkin Jack. I never finished that. Oh, bye, Tracy. Good night. Something I never picked up, or I picked up last year, and I put a little bit of, but I never beat, was Pumpkin Jack, because it came out literally like October 29th. And then I had, like,
remember that.
Yeah, and I enjoyed what I played of it, and then it was November, and suddenly it's like Christmas time, and I'm like, well, I can't play this now, so I just never finished it. And Luigi's Mansion 3 I never beat. I'm like more than halfway through, so I do want to beat that one this month. And then like a bunch of like small games, like Little Nightmares 2, which has been on my list for a while, and I think is on sale currently, so I should probably pick that up. Thomas Was Alone. That's something that Ryan recommended. I'm pretty sure I have it now.
Thomas Was Alone. Thomas Was Alone is literally like the oldest game I can possibly think of. I feel like I've seen that game for, like, no joke, probably 10 years now. I feel like I've seen Thomas Was Alone.
I had honestly never heard of it until Ryan was like, you guys should play Thomas Was Alone. And then it was like available on PlayStation Plus or something like that. Because I have it on PlayStation. I don't know how I acquired it, but I'm pretty sure I didn't pay money for it.
Is the artwork like some colors? Like, I'll look it up myself.
Yes, it's like very simple, like polygons. It's like, I'm pretty sure you play like a square.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's one of those like really short, like 1 or 2 hour games, very similar to like what was that one game called that I played that like captured my When the Darkness Comes or whatever, like one of those kind of games. So I'll give it a try, and then like small, like there's this game I think pretty sure that I saw both of these I saw on TikTok actually. Visage and Stifled. I think one of them is like when you like it uses your mic feedback and you have to like echolocate.
Like nope.
And then I forgot what the other one was. But just like some random horror games to try out. And then I still have The Medium on my list, which is a Game Pass game by the same developers of Blair Witch, but it barely runs on my PC. So I will continue to wait until I obtain a graphics card to play that one. So.
And you know what's funny? By that time, the game won't be on Game Pass anymore.
Isn't it a first party title?
I don't know.
Or maybe. Something. It was released day and date on Game Pass, so I assume it's one of those that's probably going to stay there for a while. But
I trust you.
We'll see.
Well, that's good. You should definitely play Metroid Dread. I haven't even played it, but you should play it.
Yeah, maybe I will. Also, to Julie's comment earlier when you said because I'm normal, was that in reference to me 100%ing Ratchet and Clank? Listen, one of the big reasons that I like doing that is because. So when Paul beat Ratchet and Clank,
because I'm a psychopath. Yes, we know.
No, okay. When you were on the last level, and I was looking at your weapons wheel, I'm like, you only have 1 complete weapons wheel. I had like 2.5 by the time I was at the same thing. So I got like so many more weapons, and the game was so much more. I don't know. Like I had so much more variety at the end. It was easier to beat the boss. Meanwhile, Paul was like struggling, shooting with like a little pistol blaster. So I like to collect all the things so that I have access to all the weapons and make the game easier for myself later on. That's
what's
why I
your
always do the side quests
What's your
first.
excuse for what's your excuse for 100%ing every other game?
Same reason for the most part. When any game that I 100% is because I want to level up my character to be as strong as possible before the end of the game. Like that's the reason I did Horizon Zero Dawn like that way, because I got all of the upgrades. So I had like the best armor and the best weapons, and then the last mission, like I am as strong as my character should be at this point, I feel like and I can breeze through it, and it's not like a huge challenge anymore. Like I suffered in the beginning so that it's easier later on. That's my philosophy.
Don't you play video games for a challenge though?
Yeah, and the challenge is doing all the quests and stuff in the beginning. And then the final boss is easy because I've trained and earned my keep. But if you want to struggle at the end, be my guest. Go crazy.
Go crazy and go stupid.
But like I'm not gonna 100% like I don't want to do the like just random collectibles that have no effect on the game kind of thing. Like in Ratchet and Clank, there's like the Krager bears or whatever that you can collect. I couldn't give 2 shits about those. They have no effect on the game. That's literally just for a PSN trophy. I don't want that. I'm good.
Didn't
So,
you take the time before to do like collectible stuff, like in The Last of Us?
not really. In any of those games where it's The Last of Us 2, I just enjoyed reading like the little side papers and like obviously I'm gonna do like look for the code for a safe if I'm gonna get extra ammo and whatnot and like parts. But if it's just like random collectibles, then no. Like in whatchamacallit, in Uncharted games, there's always like those little treasure pieces and all it does is like unlock art, like digital art in the game menu. Like that's okay. I can just Google it. I don't need that. I'm sure someone's pulled it all.
That sounds like me. That's fine. I'll
Yeah.
Google it. No worries.
Literally. But like for things that actually affect the gameplay, that's the stuff that I'll chase after. Like if there's a side quest, I will do all the side quests so I can level up as much as possible, and then the main story becomes like cakewalk.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I guess we
That's
play a
where
little
I'm
bit
at.
differently, but I understand where you're coming from.
Yes, that's the reasoning, and that's why some games I'm like I'm okay with not 100%ing this. And other games I'm like I have to.
Like I can understand 100%ing like Spider-Man or Miles Morales, right? Like those
Yeah.
like I legitimately had fun going around and like collecting all these like collectathon type items. But
Yeah,
um,
I mean that.
yeah,
Yeah, that was 100% just because I really just enjoyed swinging around. So I might
Yeah.
as well have swung towards a location as opposed to just swinging around for no reason.
right,
But yeah, like those, like collecting those backpacks and stuff had no real effect on the gameplay. It was just for fun. And then
Right.
like the voice acting and the storytelling is fun, so it's like it's entertaining in that way because you get to hear all the voice lines and stuff that they did.
yeah. No, I agree.
Yes.
So does Julie. She says this is the way.
It is. It is the way. So yes, I'm not normal. Do you 100% games or are you normal?
I definitely
right.
do not.
Shall we jump into the hot news entertainment now that we're more than halfway through the episode? Not that we really
Let's-
have. There's
No,
really
we-
not that
we
much
really don't.
news for the past 4 weeks. This is like 1 week's worth of news. Like
I know there's not that much going on,
Yes.
but let's jump into it. So, do you want to take the first one about Guardians of the Galaxy?
Sure, Guardians of the Galaxy is apparently getting a holiday special. This one comes from James Gunn himself on Twitter, and he says, in an incredibly subjective and admittedly often odd opinion, we'll be introducing one of the greatest MCU characters of all time. Hashtag Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. So I have no idea what the character is. I'm not too into the. I mean, obviously we don't read the comics. I think if you follow us or have been following us for a while, you know that we don't read any of the comics. So I have no idea who this character could be. Maybe it's Howard the Duck, but he's kind of been introduced in the past, like low key. But that's like the only.
Let's do it this way.
I have no
Does
idea.
anybody in the chat know who he's talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe someone else more knowledgeable than I.
Yeah.
But this tweet doesn't have any like release date or anything. I'm assuming it's coming out sometime in December for the holidays.
It has a release date. I thought.
This tweet doesn't, but I don't know if there was been a release date.
No.
discussed
I'm
elsewhere.
pretty sure it has a release date. I'll look it up.
I can look it up right
Almost
now as I
positive.
put my water bottle down so I don't spill it all over the place. Guardians
spill it right on your
of the
keyboard?
Galaxy holiday special. Let's
I
see.
can't remember if it was. Is it this holiday? I don't know if it's this holiday.
Oh wow, late 2022. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
that's what I thought. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah, I
mind.
didn't think it was. I didn't think it was this holiday.
Interesting. A prequel to Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And will be a sequel
it's
to Thor: Love
actually-
and Thunder.
Oh, so it's in the middle. So it's
Yeah.
interesting. I think it's really interesting how they are positioning these movies or the TV shows too, where they're putting them like in the middle of other things. Like they're putting a TV show or a holiday special in between two movies. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. It feels very different from what I'm used to,
Yes.
which is okay. Just different nonetheless.
It's all good. I don't mind it.
It's good. I'm excited for it.
But yeah, 2022. I'm sorry if I got anyone's hopes up that it was coming out this year, because I thought it was, but apparently not.
You got my hopes up.
Apologies.
You got my hopes up. It's okay. I'll just cry now.
Sincerest. I'll just cry now. Actually,
Yeah,
should have
forget my
mentioned
hopes.
that, like, after this next one. We should have started with... I'm realizing the ordering was a little off here. We're going to switch gears real quick into theme park news. Super Nintendo World is expanding after it barely even got to open the first part. So that's exciting.
This is like I always forget from time to time that this even exists.
Right?
I'm like, oh,
I mean, it's
yeah,
in Japan,
remember that?
so
Yeah,
I don't blame you too much.
yeah.
But yeah, this one comes from both Wario 64 and Nintendo his own press release, and they say, to further immerse guests into Nintendo's well-known series of games, Universal Studios Japan will expand the land to include a new themed area after Donkey Kong. The area will feature a roller coaster, interactive experiences, and themed merchandise and food. Guests will be able to take a walk on the wild side through the lush jungles where Donkey Kong and his friends live. The new area is set to open in 2024. And I feel like it's still before Epic Universe is set to open. Epic Universe is like 2025 or 2026, right, in Orlando?
Holy shit. Epic Universe? Did they even announce that?
Yeah, what do you mean, did they even announce that?
No, hold on. Hold your horses,
Is
buddy.
Epic Universe even the name I'm thinking of? Yeah, it's the third gate, or fourth gate. Yeah, they've announced it.
Yeah, well, it was rumored for how long? So...
Paul, it has been... We've definitely discussed the announcing.
No, I know, but it was rumored. Remember how long it was rumored for?
Oh, and then, yeah.
And they like just didn't deny it, but they didn't say anything about it. And then finally they came out and they're like, oh yeah, this is Epic Universe. And everybody's like, oh, okay, yeah, well, no shit.
Yes.
Yeah, so 2025 is the targeted release window, early 2025.
Release window. Releasing a park.
Actually, hold on. So hold on. Remember they stopped construction July 2020. They restarted it March 3rd of 2021, and they haven't released a new opening date. But given it will take nearly 7 months to gain back some momentum, there's now a possible opening window of early 2025. That's from Wikipedia, so I'm assuming somebody fact-checked that to some extent.
So yes.
Or didn't.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it is an entirely new park. It's not just one themed area like Super Nintendo World is. But the rumor is that Epic Universe will include a Super Mario or Super Nintendo World. So maybe it'll just open up with both the Mario and the Donkey Kong sections, or maybe it'll just be the Mario section. Maybe it'll be something completely different. Who knows? I don't think they've ever confirmed exactly which IPs will be appearing at Epic Universe.
No, there was a rumored layout based on like some kind of like press day that they did.
Yeah, there's just like one image that you always see, but
right.
But yeah, there's no confirmation of exactly what is going to be there.
Because there was talk of like a Fantastic Beasts world or something like that. I remember.
Yes, like Fantastic Beasts, How to Train Your Dragon, Mario, and like a Universal monsters like Dracula, the Mummy, that kind of thing.
Yes.
But I don't know. We shall see.
Strange. It's exciting though for Universal. I'm excited for them.
Yeah. I think they're coming into their own finally. Like, you know, with the new Hagrid roller coaster and just Wizarding World in general, and the new Velocicoaster that's like rave reviews. Everyone's saying it's like one of the greatest roller coasters ever built. So like, I'm excited for them. They're finally kind of like stepping into their own shoes and being like, this is what we excel at, and this is where the road we're going to go down. As long as they don't build any more stupid, you know, Fast and Furious and Kong Skull Island simulators. When I tell you those are the worst rides I've ever ridden in my entire life.
Oh, stop. They're not that bad.
Have you ridden them?
I rode the Fast and the Furious one. It wasn't that bad.
The bus? That ride is so stupid.
I don't know. It was...
I was like, wow, this is really it, huh? We're just on a motion simulator, but instead of the screen being in front of me, nice and clear, I have to look through a tiny window over like a bunch of heads. Got it.
Oh, cool. My God.
I was so annoyed because I was sitting in the middle. So there's a single rider, and like, oh, there's an empty space there. I'm like, I can't see shit. Like, I was like ducking, like trying to see the screen. I'm like, this is so dumb. Maybe if I got a window seat, I wouldn't have hated it as much. But
it was a repurposing of like a old like backlot tour or something, right?
Kind of, but like then so what got me really more mad was that I rode Kong Skull Island the next day, or the same day, but later on, in the other park. It's like one's in Universal, one's in Islands Adventure, and I went to ride Kong Skull Island. It's the same ride, just with different screens, like different movies playing on the screen. It's the same ride vehicle. It's a bus, and I was like, I cannot believe I've been hoodwinked twice by this stupid park. I was so mad. I was like, whenever I come back to Universal, it's Harry Potter and Harry Potter only. These are the only areas that deserve rights. And the Spider-Man ride, but that's really it.
Ah!
Anyways. Hello, Carla. Woo! Welcome. Bless you.
Thank you. Yes, hello, Carla.
Are you done opening or slotting cards, or should I take the next one as well?
No, I can take the next one. Okay. I'm done slotting cards. I'm also, like, sweating, but that's another story.
It's probably related to the slotting of the cards.
Probably. Okay, so... okay. Interesting. I must have missed that one. Okay. Agatha all season? So IGN reports that Marvel's Agatha Harkness show is coming to Disney+. So this is a WandaVision spin-off. So for those of you that have not seen WandaVision, I guess that's a minor spoiler, but Agatha Harkness does play a role in WandaVision. Like I said, this one comes from IGN, who reports a WandaVision spin-off starring Catherine Hahn is reportedly in development at Marvel Studios. As reported by Variety, the Disney Plus show will star Hahn in her WandaVision role of Agatha Harkness and is believed to be a dark comedy. WandaVision's head writer Jacques Schaeffer is apparently to serve as writer and executive producer. The Variety report was unable to clarify any further details. So, I mean, the thing that I get caught up in is like, just remember how many like Marvel shows we have coming, right? Like, there's still so many of them that haven't even seen the light of day, like She-Hulk, Moon Knight, all these other shows, right? That
Miss Marvel,
we've heard. Yeah.
What else? I don't even remember. I honestly forget. I mean, obviously the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special that we just talked about.
Well, right, and like all this stuff is talked about, but nothing is, not to say nothing's acted on, right? But like, think about the first ones that we heard about. We heard about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We heard about WandaVision. We heard about Loki, right? And those have all come out now. So I think we'll probably start seeing She-Hulk in those sooner. I mean, I'm surprised to see that Hawkeye's coming out so soon, because I thought Hawkeye was a little further out. But yeah, it's so it's exciting. But I've learned to take this stuff with a grain of salt, because just like that, your hopes and dreams could be gone, just like Lizzie McGuire. So
just like Lizzie McGuire. Oh my god.
I'm still pissed about them canceling that.
I'm so sorry. Watch iCarly instead. I hear that it's actually really good.
I should.
I mean, I haven't given it a try, so I can't tell you. But I've seen, from what I've seen, people say on Twitter, like, actually, this show kind of slaps. I'm like, huh, interesting. Maybe I'll watch it, and then I proceed to forget that it exists. So.
Yeah, there's so much shit to watch. Too much media to consume.
Yeah, apparently I have to watch like Squid Game now, and I'm like, what about Splatoon? I don't know.
What about Splatoon? Please, that was the first thing that came to mind when I heard about Squid Game.
Literally,
like, oh, y'all talking about Splatoon?
Like, I'm sure it's great. It's like half the show floor cosplayers were Squid Game characters, so I don't know.
Right.
Maybe one day.
But so tying into the whole Agatha Harkness thing, we've got a whole download from Disney Plus Day. So this one comes from Deadline. And they started off their announcements with Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings will hit Disney Plus on Friday, November 12th, which the studio will be designating as Disney Plus Day. That's a consumer day celebrating the services. We'll be surprising people with offers, and it'll be an annual thing, said Chapek, which I believe is the date that Disney Plus released last year, was it? Has it only been a year? I think it was last year.
No. Has it only been a year? No. It's been 2 years. It started 2019.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry. November 12th, 2019. Sorry, I was wrong. I'm allowed to be wrong.
It's okay. You're doing great.
So outside of Shang-Chi, so we're going to have new content releasing against one of our four key franchises. So outside of Shang-Chi, here's what else is dropping on Disney Plus Day. Jungle Cruise will become free on the service to subscribers. The new Disney Plus original movie Home Sweet Home Alone, a reimagining of the popular holiday franchise, will debut. An all-new series of shorts from Walt Disney Animation Studios called Olaf Presents, which sees Frozen Snowman retelling several classic Disney tales as only he can, which sounds really entertaining. Domestic Disney Plus streaming debut of fan-favorite shorts from Walt Disney Animation Studios, including Frozen Fever, Oscar-winning shorts Feast and Paperman, Oscar-nominated Mickey Mouse Short Get a Horse, and more. I'm shocked that these aren't on there already. Right. There's also the animated short film Ciao Alberto from Pixar, which features characters from their feature picture Luca.
Nice.
A new short from The Simpsons that pays tribute to Disney Plus's marquee brands. First 5 episodes from Season 2 of The World According to Jeff Goldblum from National Geographic. A special celebrating the origins and legacy of Star Wars legendary bounty hunter Boba Fett. A special celebrating the Marvel Cinematic Universe on Disney Plus with an exciting look towards the future. And Dope Sick, an original series starring Michael Keaton, which will be released in international markets as part of the Star General Entertainment content offering.
Dope Sick? What is it? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either, but it sounds like there's a lot of stuff coming out, a lot of media to consume, as always.
What is that Boba Fett special? That's not his show, right? Is it just...
I'd like to call Rita to the stage.
The show is called Book of Boba Fett.
Yes. The Book of Baba? Yo, got that Book of Baba.
So what is the special then? It's hold on.
I have literally no idea.
Let's see.
I need what is what I need.
The special debuts right before Book of Boba Fett is expected to land on the service in December. Interesting. Okay, so maybe it's just like a I don't know if it's like going to be like a special that's set within a Star Wars universe, or if it's just a special about like the development of the character, kind of like a filmmaking special. Who knows?
I'd imagine it'll be like a filmmaking special, but let's see what happens.
Let us see. Also, remember Jeff Goldblum? I should probably watch it. I never even
Remember
watched the first
season 1?
season. No.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't watch season 1 either.
Anyways.
I don't. Yeah, there's too much shit to consume, as I said. So, all right, take the next one.
All right, Anthony Mackie is about to twist some metal. I think this one is kind of older. Yeah, this one's from literally over a month ago now. But just in case you missed the news, Anthony Mackie has been cast in the lead role of a Twisted Metal TV show, which I believe we've discussed in our last episode at some length. I don't remember. But this one comes from comicbook.com. The new Twisted Metal TV show in the works at Sony Pictures Television and PlayStation Productions has cast its lead character. The pair announced that Anthony Mackie, best known as the next Captain America, has been cast as John Doe, the series' lead character. And if this sounds like a big casting, it's because it is, and it might be because Sony TV and PlayStation Productions are reportedly extremely high in the potential of the show. We're thrilled to have Anthony Mackie on board. His ability to blend comedy, action, and drama is perfect for the twisted world we're creating, said Azad Kizilbash, head of PlayStation Productions of the casting. So this should be exciting. And then kind of to switch gears directly into the hot news gaming, Twisted Metal is also getting a revival, the actual game, not just as a TV show. So this one comes from VideoGamesChronicle.com. Says, source, Destruction All-Star Studio Lucid handed the Twisted Metal revival. So Destruction All-Stars was that PlayStation exclusive. It was on PS Plus. It was kind of like I don't know how to describe it. You jump into cars and you crash into each other and you get points. So that studio has been handed the wheel of Twisted Metal, which I think is fitting, considering the premise of Twisted Metal is also to crash things and destroy things, much as you do in Destruction All-Stars, which was admittedly a good game. It was just very... no one really played it, and it's a multiplayer only game. So hopefully Twisted Metal will be
I am
better.
almost positive that we talked about this, but it doesn't
Did we?
matter. I'm looking now, and I didn't see it. But we talked about it when the Twisted Metal...
there was a rumor of it coming back as the last thing we
Right.
talked about. So now it is basically confirmed because the studio has handed the IP. So, to quote, PlayStation has handed its Twisted Metal series rival to Destruction All-Stars developer Lucid Games. According to the sources, new car combat installment, which by release will be the series' first in over a decade, has started early development at the Liverpool, UK-based studio. One person with knowledge of Lucid's plans suggested that the revival would be built around the free-to-play model, partly in response to Destruction All-Stars' last-minute transition from a premium game to a PlayStation Plus title. I mean, I'm sure it'll be like, I guess Rocket League isn't technically free to play, but like kind of like Fortnite or Apex or whatever, and hopefully the microtransactions aren't,
I hope they're extreme. I hope that
miserable.
we get nothing but 1,000 microtransactions. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. Like Destruction All Stars, I feel like fell off so quickly, and
I think it was just
also
because
feel
it
like
was so shallow. Like, I don't know. It was fine. Like it was polished, but it just didn't have much going for it. It was
Right.
fun in concept, but after you
I
get
mean, it
over
was
like
fun for the little bit that I played of it, but just like you said,
Yeah.
once you kind of get past it, you're like, okay.
yeah,
I mean, it is what it is.
it didn't have the same allure as like Fall Guys, for example. I mean, even Fall Guys fell off a little bit, I think, but maybe.
Oh, for us because we're too hard to please. That's the bottom
Yeah.
line.
I don't know. You played it once, and I'm sure there's all those new maps now. Maybe we can boot that up soon, but you're like, okay, I can move on now. I'm satisfied with my
Right?
career.
It's like okay, yeah, we'll play this, and then we never do.
Exactly.
Okay.
Did you follow any of the Tokyo Game Show news at all? Announcements?
Let me
There
look
wasn't
at
really-
it. I feel like I watched some of it, but
Like, I put this article in here, and there's a bunch of like random little announcements. Nothing major came out of Tokyo Game Show, I don't think.
no.
Except for like there's a new Square Enix RPG Dungeon Encounters revealed coming in 2 weeks. So that's I don't feel like no actually today it's set to release today. Monster Hunter Rise coming to Steam. Scarlet Nexus and more.
Okay, yeah. Scarlet Nexus and AI, this Somnium Files,
Huh?
and Mighty Goose. That was what hit me. I saw it come up in my notifications like in the morning, overnight. It came in, and that was all I heard of Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, it seems to be like just a bunch of minor announcements for like expansions or extra characters being added to whatever games. I don't know. Nothing
Right.
too major.
Right.
Unless you're a big fan of, it seems like a lot of it was Square Enix stuff. So if you're a big fan of like
Right.
JRPGs, then maybe look into this more in depth.
Which is always, I mean, that's always like the focus of Tokyo Game Show. So
Yeah,
it's not entirely surprising.
not at all. Cool. Do you want me to take the next one? Then you can take the
Yeah,
after that?
because
I don't know shit about the one after that.
Yes.
Sounds great. All right, G4. Who remembers that one? Raise your hands. G4 is coming back next month.
I can't even believe this is real. Like,
It really is.
what year are we living in again?
It's
I don't know.
When did they shut down? Like 20. Wait, did they even make it to the 2010s? Was it like 2008?
I don't even know. Let me see, G4.
Yeah. So while he's looking that up, this one comes from IGN. At long last, G4 will officially be making its return on November 16th, 2021. G4 will launch not only on the channel lineups of Verizon Fios, Cox, and Xfinity TV, but it will also stream on Philo? I don't even know what that is, and collaborate with Twitch on a multi-year promotional and commercial partnership through G4's official Twitch channel. Channel-specific content will also be featured on G4's social platforms and on YouTube. G4 programming is set to be delivered through a first-of-its-kind 24/7 broadcast studio, which looks to also serve as a collaborative workspace and professional esports and gaming environment. G4 Studio is located in Burbank, California, and is designed by Populos, the company behind Yankee Stadium, Red Bull HQ, and Esports Stadium Arlington. So along with this, obviously, are all of the big shows, namely Attack of the Show is coming back. Also X-Play. So hold on, let me go through the official lineup here. So X-Play, Attack of the Show, Boosted, Ninja Warrior, ESL Gaming, Dungeons and Dragons Limited Series, and that's the lineup for so far. The hosts Kevin Pereira and Adam Sessler are returning. Esports personalities.
So crazy to me.
Right? Esports personalities like Alex Goldenboy Mendez, Ovi Lee May, and Froskarin. WWE superstar Xavier Woods, aka Austin Creed. YouTube personalities like Kasim G, Gerard the Completionist Khalil, Gina Darling, and Twitch streamers like Fiona Nova and Will Neff. I don't know who any of these names are, but
I don't know any of them are there. Did you say Gerard the Completionist Neff or something like that?
Gerard
is that you?
the Completionist Khalil is the full name. So
Sounds like Ahmed GE to me.
I'm assuming he completes games.
Wow. Sounds like a king, please. So G4 died officially in 2010.
Wow. Okay, so it's been
Like,
over 10 years.
Officially official. Like DirecTV, like axed it. Like in 2009, they started cutting it back, but in 2010, it was like nail in the coffin. Like you're done for.
That's crazy because I don't think we've ever like seen a TV channel die. I don't know. It feels like TV channels are eternal.
I mean, they're not, but yes.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like what other TV channels do you know of that like died? I don't know.
Died?
Yeah.
I mean, like they've gone through like mass revivals. Like look at like the Disney Channel.
I mean, yeah. I wouldn't
like,
count ABC Family to Freeform as dying. That's just a rebrand.
I would consider that dying.
No,
Long live
that's a
ABC Family.
Long live ABC. It's the same channel.
No, it's not.
I
don't know. I don't know. I can't think of one. Okay, are you happy now? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just like it's wild to have watched the channel die, but I'm glad it's coming back because I think it was just ahead of its time, really. Like it came before all the big esports things were like, where like I think if it had it been a channel in the mid 2010s when esports was really on the rise, then like it could have hosted that kind of thing. I don't know. So it's good. It's good to see it come back. I'm glad that they're reviving all the old shows because like there was nothing wrong with the content. I feel like it was just lack thereof. But I think now with Twitch being huge and whatnot, it'll be a lot easier to. I don't know. The industry has changed a lot in the past 10 years. So.
But hold on. I bet you didn't know this, right? It was announced during Comic-Con 2010 that G4 would be the exclusive North American broadcaster of Marvel anime, which made its television debut in 2011. During the week of July 26th to August 1st, 2010. G4 changed its logo to 4G as a promotion for Sprint Nextel's next generation wireless internet service.
Wow. Remember Sprint?
I can't. Yeah, there you go. You want to talk about a TV channel / company that's dead?
Do people still have Sprint? Is Sprint even a company anymore, or was it officially bought? Was it officially absorbed into T-Mobile? I don't remember.
Sprint was officially absorbed into T-Mobile.
Okay. I just realized like now. Oh wow, Sprint.com redirects to T-Mobile.
Yeah.
I just realized that like deal completed. Anyways,
It's bad. It's bad.
it's bad. Ridiculous. Anyways, yes, G4 is coming back. Very, very exciting stuff.
That is exciting. I will say that's exciting. I don't know. It doesn't do much for me, but I mean, go off.
Yeah, I mean, now in like the era of streaming, like you can get your news from any number of sources. I think before there was like a weird gap where when G4 shut down, you're like, well, how am I going to watch E3 now? Because like before you'd actually like watch E3 on TV.
Yes.
But now, like for a while, you were like, well, I don't know how to watch this. I don't know. Internet wasn't that fast back in the day to be able to stream things like that. So,
Yeah.
But
You know what else happened back in the day? Kids played Grand Theft Auto 3.
oh my god, why is this happening? Why is this keep happening?
Grand Theft Auto: The Definitive Trilogy is coming later this year. This one comes straight from Rockstar Games, who said later this month marks a very special anniversary for Rockstar Games. 20 years since the original release of Grand Theft Auto 3, the game that set players loose in the sprawling three-dimensional metropolis of Liberty City, with a new and unprecedented sense of freedom and immersion. In addition to carving a new path for the open-world genre, Grand Theft Auto 3 established Grand Theft Auto as a cultural phenomenon, alongside its two subsequent and equally legendary entries in the series, Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. We'd like to extend a heartfelt thank you to all the Grand Theft Auto fans who have supported the games over the past 2 decades. Your love and appreciation for these games has helped push the Grand Theft Auto series forward with every iteration. So it's coming to all consoles. I think it's coming to iOS, Android, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch. It's coming to everything. I don't know. What's kind of shitty is they're pulling the existing copies off of the Steam store, I believe. So that's interesting. So if you have it, I guess download it, or or buy it now if you want the originals. But either way, it's interesting. This leaked out. It's like one of the worst kept secrets, I think. This leaked out, and Marvel pretty much, or not Marvel, excuse me, Rockstar Games finally announced that it's real and all that good stuff. So,
isn't that the best when like something leaks and the company's like, you know what? All right, whatever, you win.
Right. And that's exactly what happened here. So, yeah. So, I guess we'll move into the rest of the stuff here. We've got PlayStation reviews. I guess this is old as well, but Kena Bridge of Spirits reviews.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you looked into any of these at all, about Kena and kind of, the critiques.
I have not. Do you have more information?
Yeah, I've got a few things. So, why is Nintendo's $60?
It's
trending
because someone posted a tweet that's like a $60 game from Nintendo, and it's like footage from a boss fight from Metroid Dread, and it's like a $60 game from Sony, and it's a footage from a boss fight from God of War, and they're like, oh well, if a game is 2D, it must be bad and not worth $60.
I gotcha. I see it now. Anyways, all these memes. Yes. So pretty much the biggest thing with Kena Bridge of Spirits, like people are not happy with how short it is, and which, like we've talked about in the past, that's great for us.
Yeah, I'm like, that's fine. That's a selling point for me. How short is it?
But it's I'll take a look and see. But the OpenCritic and Metacritic are both sitting at an 85. IGN gave it an 8. DualShockers gave it a 10. Screen Rank gave it a 4.5 out of 5. Some others here, but oh, you know what? Actually, I'm going to search up howlongtobeat.com.
I already got it. Main story, 9.5 hours. Main story plus extras, 12.5. Completionist, so me, 16.5. I don't know if we'll actually complete it. But
so hold on, wait a second.
Great.
Here it says Hades completionist, 96.5 hours. That lines up, right?
I have 102 hours on Steam, and that's not including like the other 100 hours 109 hours on Steam. That's not including the 100 hours that I have on Switch. So
that is so crazy. And here we go for Justin. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild completionist, 188 hours.
188? That's why I haven't beat that game. That's my excuse.
The main story is 50 hours. I don't feel like I put 50 hours into that game.
It's still a lot of many hours.
Metroid Dread, 8 hours. Main plus extra, 9.5. Completionist, 11.5.
Oh, that's not that bad at all. Maybe I will pick that up sooner rather than later. Can knock that out of the park quick.
Yeah.
I
mean, what else we got here?
I'm not a fan of. I haven't been a fan of 2D Metroids in the past, so that's my hang up. But we'll see. Anyways, Xbox. Do you want me to take this one? Real quick?
Sure. Sorry, I keep yawning. All of a sudden,
good.
my coffee's wearing off.
I mean, it is almost 10 o'clock. You did start your Pokemon stream a little later than intended. It's okay. I don't blame
I'm also
you.
sweating. I don't understand why. I don't know if it's the lights. I don't know what it is, but I am sweating.
Maybe turn the air up? You got air
Maybe. Let me
conditioning in your
check.
home?
I
Anyways,
do.
this one comes from Xbox. We got Xbox Game Pass updates. This one's a little bit outdated by now, but I don't know if there are any further updates since this one, so this may be the latest. Actually, no, there's been an update as of today. So we'll go over this article plus the one from today as well. So, hot off the presses as of 2 weeks ago, Marvel's Avengers is coming to Game Pass in a move that surprises exactly no one because it should have been like that since the beginning. So it is available now. It has been since September 30th. Includes all the post-launch heroes and missions, including Black Panther and all that fun stuff. So if you've been wanting to give this game a try and you haven't, you've heard that it's weird, which is correct, and you have Game Pass and you're already paying for it, why not download it and give it a try? It's free.
Yeah,
but
so one thing to make clear, all the DLC that's included is all free already. Like it's all free with any copy of the game.
Okay, then never mind. Yeah, just kidding.
Yeah,
So it's not that big of a...
Logan fell for the same thing. It's
Right.
like they spin it like all the DLCs included. It's like no, it's not. That's all
Yeah,
free content.
It's all free content. But there's controversy now that they are selling XP boosters, like in a kind of essentially like pay to win model that people are not very happy about. But whatever, it's fine.
I want to say they've been doing that, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't. I saw an article about it that made it seem like it was a brand new thing that they were also doing. So
Interesting.
Who knows what the truth is?
Ooh, no.
All right, into some Game Pass updates. Available today is, has been available in the past. Totally Accurate Battle Simulator coming to cloud, console, and PC. October 7th saw the release of the Procession Out to Calvary. Calvary? Yes, Calvary. Cloud, console, and PC. Visage. Oh, shit, there you go. That game that I had on my list is on Game Pass. Perfect. Visage, cloud, console, and PC.
You know, it would have been really nice if you bought it and then realized it was on Game Pass.
That would have been upsetting. I probably would have bought it on Steam, and Steam has a generous return window. It's okay. Anyways, and then out today we have Back for Blood, console, and PC, as I mentioned before. Destiny 2 Beyond Light expansion is out today. Ring of Pain, cloud, console, and PC that comes out on October 14th. The Rift Breaker, cloud, console, and PC. Sorry, Xbox Series X and S, cloud, and PC, not just any console. Coming October 14th. This is another like day one on Game Pass. You're an elite scientist commando inside of an advanced mega suit, so basically Gundam in a different universe. And then The Good Life on cloud, console, and PC comes October 15th. This is another one that's day one on Game Pass. You're apparently a journalist who's drowning in debt, and you accept a request from the Morning Bell newspaper to uncover the mystery of a small English town. Finds herself far away from home in New York, in rainy woods known as the happiest place in the world. So it sounds kind of like spooky. And then Windows 11 is officially available if you are so inclined. I'll probably be holding off on installing it until I get like a new graphics card and I have a reason to kind of just reinstall everything fresh and have a nice clean installation. But that's just me. Have I missed anything? I don't believe I missed anything.
I think so. It's always like these updates for Game Pass are always so massive.
Yeah, I don't know. There's always like so many things, and it's like you get this one random gun in this game, and I'm like, okay, cool, thanks.
Like they're including this Destiny 2 DLC or whatever, which is nice.
Yeah, that's what I was looking through, thinking that I had more information, but
no, it doesn't.
But yeah, so that's your Xbox updates.
Wait, so what's Visage? Is that the one that changes with your voice?
Let's look. I don't believe so. Set in a strangely structured house with a somber story, players control Dwayne Anderson as he explores the backstories of the inhabitants that once lived there. So no, I think it's just a regular horror game.
It's pretty simple. I'm not playing that game. So
he said,
okay.
It's simple. I do not care.
Yeah, never mind. I'm sorry I asked.
Ooh, and it's $35 on Steam. I'm so glad it's free. Anyway.
Let's move into the Nintendo news. So we won't go through all the Nintendo Direct news because we reacted live to that for y'all. So we did stream that. Yeah, we did stream that. But perhaps the biggest news out of it is Sora from the Kingdom Hearts series is the final Smash Ultimate character coming out, and it's coming out October 18th. So just in 6 short days. along with a bunch of new music, a stage, outfits for multiple Kingdom Hearts games. They've got Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3, 3D, and the Toon River costumes included with the fighters. So this brings it to a total of 89 fighters across every one of the fighters that's been released. So that counts the Pokemon Trainer as 3 and Pyra Mythra as 2 characters. So 116 stages total, which includes the Battlefield and Omega forms. Which, if you include the Battlefield and Omega forms, it brings that up to 340. So Sakurai is done, so goodbye to him. Thank you for an amazing game, and one that I'm not sure we'll be able to see something this massive again for a long time. Like, there's just so many licenses and stuff like that included in this, so it's pretty wild.
It really is.
Yeah, so I saw somebody saying that, like, if they have a copy of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Edition that has all of the characters on the cartridge, like, to buy it because it'll, whatever, it's like such a rarity that you get all these properties in one game, which it's true. I mean, you have Sephiroth, you've got Cloud, you've got Snake, you've got all these characters that, there will come a time where those agreements all fade away. I'm sure it'll be ported 100 times until then to every Nintendo system for here on out. But yeah, so
I just wonder. You're right about the contracts and whatever, like, but do you think Nintendo negotiated like lifetime contracts for those characters? Because, like, I have a digital version. Well, at one point I log in and it's like, oh, suddenly you can't play Cloud anymore. It's like, oh, okay.
No, I don't think so, because like they had issues with copyrights and stuff like that with Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and like you can still download the game because you bought it. It's just not listed for new purchases anymore.
I see. So.
So.
I guess, like, I worry that at one point you won't be able to, like, re-download some of the DLC, like some of the fighter passes or whatever, because of things, and then
you might not be able to buy them. Yes, you might not be able to buy them.
So. Well, maybe I should have bought that one physically. It's whatever. It's too late.
Well,
now.
No, the point is if you buy it physically with all the characters on the cartridge, that's the key, right? Because then if it's pulled from the eShop or whatever, then so you can buy it a second time. It's fine.
Should I? That's fine. I'll wait a few years until there's like rumors imminent, and then I'll buy it right away before the prices shoot up.
And then I'll round it out with this one, since we've been trying to sell you on this game, so I'll continue trying to sell you on this game. Metroid Dread reviews come from Nibel here on Twitter, who goes through just a review roundup. IGN gave it a 9. Screen Rank gave it a 10. GameSpot gave it an 8. Metacritic at 90. OpenCritic at 87. So just some of the blurbs here from Ars Technica. The best thing I can say about Metroid Dread is that it absolutely stands up to that kind of pressure. This is the 2D sequel anyone who's played old school Metroid could have hoped for. And then one from Polygon here. Dread reimagines the Metroid format with confidence and care, and it trusts the player to make leaps along the way. All I could think was that this is the Metroid game I've been waiting for. It easily stands astride the best entries in the series.
It's good. I'm glad that it's doing well, because I feel like some of the other reboots of older franchises haven't been received as well. Well, not reboots, just whatever revivals of old series, like Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania hasn't been reviewing too well. But I guess it is literally just a port of the original 3 games, so I guess whatever issues the original 3 games had are issues that are going to occur in there. But then, like, No More Heroes 3, I feel like wasn't too well received. Things like that. So I'm glad this is doing well.
Yeah, I am too, because I think there's definitely opportunity for it to not go well.
Yes. Good stuff. Maybe I will. Maybe I will purchase it. Who knows? Just another $60.
Don't let us twist your arm. Yeah, I know. What's another $60 amongst friends?
Was WarioWare $60?
50.
Okay, that's a little bit better.
Still a lot of money, but yeah.
Still, yeah, but it's fine. Maybe 40 would have been the right price, but that's okay. It is what it is. I had my fun with it for all 3 hours that I played of it. It's fine.
My God.
All right. Is that about it for our episode 127? Any last minute breaking news?
No, not that let me see.
Anything from the sands? No. From the chat over here?
From the sands?
From the stands.
Oh, from the stands.
Yes.
No. Not that I can see.
The audience from the auditorium. All right. Well, this has been episode 127. Please excuse the sound of my congested voice, because it's getting worse now. It has been progressively through the episode. I'm trying not to go like that all through the episode. But anyways, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for joining. And we will catch y'all hopefully next week, assuming that there's actually news that transpires between now and then.
Yes,
but
I'm
in
sure
the meantime, we'll be back on streaming, like actually streaming games. I feel like we haven't streamed in quite some time regularly. So I will definitely be taking up that mantle because Paul will be doing some traveling. So I'll be streaming some spooky games, maybe Visage, maybe Metroid Dread. Who knows? Stay tuned. Maybe I will buy it. I'll sit on it.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed indeed. All right. This has been Paul and Ahmed with Funcast, signing off.
Peace.
Peace.